The path or road that you take in your life is not what is sought out to be. You see that certain things in your life is not changing for the better. You want to make it up to yourself by changing, but you just don't know how. You don't have the mental capacity to put in the work for yourself. You feel like everything in your life is completely over due to endings, backfiring of spell work, certain things like that, going through karma and tower moments in your life. The towers are inevitable. The karmic cycles are inevitable. But you constantly question why this is constantly happening. Is either you're not putting in work, you're going into karmic situations as far as relationships that don't work out but you're in it anyway, or you're at parties but your gut and your intuition and your brain is telling you not to go to that party, but you go there anyway, and you're just not listening to your intuition. Things like that. So, in this spiritual wellness series, I will be teaching you how to stop being a karmic. There are a lot of steps to be taken here, but there's a lot of steps. It will probably take a lot of time to deal with. All right. Number 1. Let go of the past. Detach from the past could be the hardest thing that a karmic individual has to deal with in their life, in their lifetime. And being a karmic is tough, but seeking out revenge is even tougher. Let it go. Move on. It's over. The person from your past doesn't want you back in their life. The person from your past is moving on and dating someone new, being with someone new, or just living on their own without you. And they're happy. He, she, they, them, they're happy. They're happy without you. And it's time to move on. It's time to part ways. If you truly love someone, you have to let them go. You're never good enough for the wrong person. And if you feel that you're bad for that said individual that you've once hurt, sometimes it's best to move on. Sometimes it's best to put in the work on yourself and learn from the past and focus on the present moment. That is the number one thing you should do, is to focus on the now. The present moment is like really opening up the window to your soul to say that there is humanity within me. We'll get to that in a bit. Number 2, getting out of any sort of toxic situation, leaving the dark portal behind. Now this is very tough, especially karmics that are used to being around negative people. This is very crucial to their divine journey. If a karmic wants to move on, they have to let go of certain places and things that are pulling them back, that are holding them back into growing. Now, if you're a karmic, you can plant those seeds, not to intentionally hurt someone, but you can plant those seeds into growing, into being a better person by changing your environment, changing the way you are, putting in the work, and leaving the portals, the dark portals behind. There are other avenues that you can go to. Yeah, it may be a little bit boring at first, but you'll start to learn how to appreciate simplicity, appreciate serenity, to be at peace, to learn new talents, to learn new things about yourself that you never knew that you can possibly do without going to those toxic avenues in your life. If you know that it is a time to change and to not be so crappy in the end, leaving those dimensions and following the path of the soul can lead to a better portal, so that God can continue to help you stay there and to cut off the people that are part of those portals, that are part of those dimensions for good. Number 3. Letting go of control. Now, this is similar to also letting go of ego, and yes, this is similar to that. Just letting go of being controlling, being emotionally manipulative, being just being a sadist. It would probably be hard for some, but letting go of control is the best thing that anyone can possibly do. You can no longer, you could just, it's just also similar to just letting someone go from your past. Letting go of control and just let things be. The only person that you can control is your mind. If you let your mind wander, you won't be able to control your mind. But letting go of the toxic traits that you have within yourself, your mind can flourish into having a more positive mindset. That's the number one thing that karmics, they just don't understand. Why they keep hearing about letting go of control, letting go of control. Because you cannot control God's children. You cannot control someone's free will. You cannot control someone by doing spell work against them, whatever that may be. Hopefully those that are listening to this, they really sit down, they take several seats, and they think about this. They really think about this heavy. If they really want to put that change in, they have to let go. Let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. Let go. Number 4, cut off toxic people. Make that sacrifice for your highest good. Give the very thing that is that you have a problem with to the Most High, and God will handle it. If you have a problem in your life on why you feel envious of someone, on why you feel envious of their success, then God will transmute that energy into something positive. So instead of you being envious, you become inspired. Okay, so back on cutting things off. You gotta cut off people from your past because they're holding you back. They don't want you to change. They don't want you to make a difference in your life. They don't want you to sit up here and create things for yourself. They want you to sit down, be lazy just like them. They want you to not make crazy inventions or motivational speeches or make something for yourself by yourself without any help of them. Letting go of toxic traits, toxic behaviors, just letting go of just toxic people in general can help generate a better, and it will generate something in your heart, that your heart can flourish. You can have your heart open again to love. That you're saying to the universe, if you let go of toxic people, you're saying to the universe, I am worthy of love. And so I am worthy of love because I love myself by staying away from people who lower themselves, and they lower each other, and they lower me. You're crying out to the universe right now, saying that you want to change. You want to put in that work. And it's going to be a tough road. You have to say goodbye. Even if it's not a goodbye, just part ways. Part ways with these people. These people are holding you back. It's not okay to be around people like this, but if you want to no longer be a karmic, that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to cut them off. Maybe you have to be a little bit cold here and there, but it has to be done for you to flourish. If you're inspired by someone else's growth and progress, trust in the process that you can also be the one to flourish the rewards if you are willing to put in the change, if you're willing to put in the work. Stop doing all this negative intentions against someone that has done the same thing, that is doing the things that you wish that you can do in your life. Number 5, accepting things for what they truly are. What do I mean by that? Well, here's the thing. If you're a karmic, and if you want to stop being a karmic, you have to accept things for what they truly are right now, in the present moment. You have to accept that these people are not willing to make a change. They just want to sit there and not put in work. They want to sit there and look on their phone all day, and they just want to like hate, cause drama, go from different walks of life, and just being miserable. You have to accept that the people from your past are the way they are, and they're not willing to make a difference. They're not willing to make a change, and they're damn for sure not wanting you to change. And you have to accept them for who they are. If they are a liar, a thief, a cheater, accept them. Why bother dwell around them when you can just accept it and move on? Acceptance is a healing process when it comes to spiritual growth, so that the Most High can help nourish you and to help put you in a position of abundance. You can stand strong within yourself, humbly, by putting in the work, by, accepting things for what they are. Accepting them for what they are. Number 6. Generating internal validation. Self-love, creative energy, etc. Which will create an energy exchange within yourself. So once you have this internal validation, you would no longer have the need to use any sort of spells, any love spells, or any sort of magic, black magic, or any of the sort. Because you can generate your own energy without depleting other people's energy, without trying to take someone else's energy. You can create your own energy by the source of self-love that I mentioned earlier. But you're putting in the work on yourself so much. Sometimes you can be a little bit hard on yourself. You can overthink sometimes, but you can really add that self-love within, that internal validation. So no more external validation to stroke that ego. You don't have to do that anymore, regardless of what sexual orientation or gender you may be. You don't have to worry about that. Everyone, like, if you're looking to find someone to know that you're sexy, and you're just boosting that, no. If you know that you're sexy, if you know that you have it all, why would you want someone else to tell you that when you already know you have it? You already know you got it. Internal validation is by far one of the strongest things that a spiritual person can do in their waking life is to validate themselves, save themselves, work on themselves, cry it out, cough it out, spit it out, letting things go, putting in that work. I think I said that, but this is it. This is what you have to do to stop being a karmic. Those are the steps. Those are the steps. And one last thing I want to add before I go. You are the only one that can change and help your reality for what it really is. Not by trying to hurt other people, not by trying to shame and ridicule, but only you have the keys. Where the keys are, where are they? It's within. We all have the divine source, but we tend to ignore that source within. Don't get me wrong. We have God within us. That doesn't make us gods. God is watching us. And we have to learn to acknowledge that God does exist, just the same as Firesack, aka the devil, Baffy, aka Bafflement, Lucy / Lucas, aka Lucifer, Lily, aka Lilith. They, quote unquote, claim to be gods and of the underworld, but all those entities that I have mentioned, they have completely rejected humanity. And if you follow any of those entities, they would block this information. They would block this information from happening. They will close your crown and third eye chakra so that you wouldn't even think about this. It would just be one ear and out the other. They don't want you to learn about there's a higher portal out there that you can just sit there and just be at peace with, that you can be yourself without any sort of judgment. You don't have to hate yourself. You don't have to do anything to yourself. You can let go and detach from these demons. You can. And if you're listening to me and it's one or not the other, then I tried.